There are a few people who walk into this world carrying a specific kind of fire, an energy that the people around them cannot ignore. Will Smith has always carried that fire. This is the story of what happens when a man with an undeniable inner light loses himself in the blinding glare of his own spotlight. We see the origins of that drive right here in the utilitarian row houses of West Philadelphia. Born in 1968, he grew up in a city of grit that handed nothing. His father, a refrigeration engineer, enforced a household rule where hard work was the only option. His mother, an employee of the school board, instilled the belief that his mind was his greatest asset. Young Will absorbed the rhythm of those streets, but his sharpest tool was humor. He possessed an almost supernatural ability to walk into a room and make everyone feel seen. He learned early on that charm was an incredibly effective survival mechanism. If you could make people laugh, you could conquer the room. That charm found a microphone. Look at this shot of a young Will Smith alongside DJ Jazzy Jeff. Together, they turned struggles into punchlines and rhythm. As the Fresh Prince, he projected sunshine. By 1988, their records were charting, and a year later, they were standing on a stage accepting the first Grammy Award ever given for a rap performance. That rapid ascent locked in a lifelong strategy. He realized that by combining his immense natural talent with complete approachability, he could build a public persona that was universally loved. He made himself the friend everyone wanted, and in doing so, constructed a nearly bulletproof shield. But early fame comes with sharp edges. By the age of 20, a series of disastrous financial decisions vaporized his initial wealth. The money vanished, leaving him deeply in debt to the IRS. For many, that hole would have marked the end of a short cautionary tale. Smith refused to accept that outcome. Instead, he took a calculated, desperate leap. When NBC offered to build a sitcom around this kid from Philadelphia, he grabbed the lifeline. In the fall of 1990, he walked into the living rooms of millions of families with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, executing a high-stakes pivot that would rescue his finances and solidify his place in American culture. By the time the show wrapped, Hollywood had opened its doors. Look at him here in the mid-90s, radiating pure star power. He systematically conquered the box office. Bad Boys, Independence Day, Men in Black — each release built his reputation as a highly bankable action star and a global cinematic phenomenon. He didn't stop at blockbusters. Here, the oversized colors are gone, replaced by the dark suit of a prestige actor. He deliberately stripped away the easy charm to prove his depth. Films like Ali, The Pursuit of Happiness, and 7 Pounds forced the Academy and his peers to recognize a raw, serious talent beneath the blockbuster smile. For nearly a decade, he reigned as the most recognizable entertainer on the planet. But he had spent so much time engineering this bulletproof icon that he had effectively crowded out his own private identity. The mythological Will Smith was thriving, but the human underneath was becoming a stranger to himself. Maintaining the Will Smith mythology required a staggering amount of energy. Every public appearance was a commitment to the Fresh Prince persona, a high-energy, high-charm performance that he had kept running without interruption for more than 3 decades. Quietly, the foundations started to crack. Several of his films underperformed at the box office. The critical tide, which had lifted him for decades, began to recede. Behind the million-dollar smile, he was silently carrying the anxiety of a man who fears his magic is fading. That pressure compounded at home. This image from the Oscars red carpet captures the blinding reality of his marriage to Jada Pinkett Smith. Their relationship existed entirely under a public microscope, subjected to endless scrutiny, speculation, and judgment from an audience eager to dissect their private lives. As 2020 approached, the distance between the smiling public icon and the burdened private man was reaching a dangerous limit. The 2022 Academy Awards arrived at a unique intersection of pressures. Smith was the heavy favorite to win his first Oscar, but he was walking into that room while his marriage and private life were being dissected daily by a global audience. And in a single, violent instant, decades of carefully built legacy cracked wide open. The human completely shattered the persona. The immediate reaction was absolute chaos. The world gasped in real time. Endless arguments erupted online, followed by swift, brutal judgment from the exact generations of fans who had spent their lives idolizing him. The man who had spent 30 years making everyone feel safe and happy stood completely exposed. He had been pushed past a psychological limit he didn't even know he had. Once the deafening noise of the controversy faded, a profound silence remained. He was left in the unglamorous aftermath of his own collapse, forced to decide what to do with the pieces. He turned inward. He engaged deeply in therapy. He began processing unresolved grief. He started doing the agonizing, untelevised work of looking in the mirror to understand his true self, stripped of the box office numbers and the red carpets. That process requires immense vulnerability. It is hard enough to mend a fractured identity in private. Doing it while an entire world watches, waits, and often roots for you to fail demands a quiet, steady courage. He could have taken his millions and disappeared into permanent exile. Instead, he chose to stay. He chose to do the painful emotional work of growing in public. It is a common cultural reflex to reduce an extraordinary life to its single worst moment, to let one point of failure define the whole. But we must measure a life by its entire arc. The true test of an individual is found in the grace required to face the mirror after total public ruin, and the mornings that you choose to stand back up when everything inside you wants to stay down. The story of Will Smith is far from finished. If his life has proven anything, it is his relentless, historic ability to engineer his own rise. He is still here, still connected, still doing the work. Ultimately, legacy is not built on the untouchable heights of fame. It is built on how honestly a person faces their fall, and exactly what they choose to build from the rubble.